Hi, my beautiful Cancer family. I am so excited to be sitting down with you and having our chat today. Cancer energy just feels like home. Y'all know I have a very special place in my heart for Cancerian energy and the place it plays in my personal life, but also just in the world. It's such a sacred, beautiful, wonderful energy. September. All right, here we are. And this month is, I'm coming to realize as I've been doing the readings, a very spiritual month. This is a month of deep soul healing, of checking in with ourselves, of really noticing where we are needing reconnection to divine, and where we are ready to release old patterns, and where we are ready to heal from this last year and a half, and where we are also excited to open up and expand. This is the month of the equinox. We're moving through Virgo energy and Libra energy, and these energies are very much tied to the inner mother, the inner divine, beautiful, nurturing energies that are also highly intelligent and very cerebral. And so this is just an interesting combination of energy. Now, and I'm also sitting outside, by the way, and there are a lot of hummingbirds out here and little birds flying around. So you might hear some hummingbird chatter in the background as they are eating and flying about. Anyway, so Cancer Moon children, this month is really interesting for you. There's a lot of energy that's in flow with you, but with the sun moving through Virgo, a new moon in Virgo, near the end of Virgo season, we have a full moon in Pisces, that ninth house energy really lighting up the big vision of your life. We also have energy starting to move into Libra this month. Mars moves into Libra. Sun moves into Libra on the equinox, and a Mercury retrograde begins in Libra. Mercury will be joining all these outer planets in retrograde. And in October, a lot of those outer planets are going direct. But this month is a time of deep reflection, of deep understanding, of deep integration and calibration so that we can move forward. And one of the big messages that came up for me when I tapped into Cancerian energy was, how do you want to create and connect a new sense of home for yourself? Because I think throughout life, what feels like home inside of ourselves changes as we change, right? Like when we're little kids, obviously home has its own special signifiers for each of us. And then, when we're a teen, home has a different, and then when we're in our early 20s, home is going to have its very own kind of like what makes us feel at home and safe. So, it's always a good idea to check in. And this is one of those months where that message just came up really strong. With a Mercury retrograde in Libra, with energy starting to flow into Libra, your fellow cardinal sign, this is really about how you feel at home and how you self-mother. And one of the things you're going to be asked to do during this season is to really cultivate and curate and check in with your inner mother. Check in with your sense of safety and home. Knight of Wands. This guy's been showing up a lot. And I think that's really interesting because there's kind of this sense of like getting back into the play of life as well. So while this is a deeply spiritual month, a deeply healing month, a month of reflection, a month of calibration, a month of kind of getting very devoted and determined and clear and deliberate about what it is we're trying to create in this season, this next season of life. There's also this reminder that if we have lost our sense of play in life, if we have lost our sense of kind of lighthearted exploration, it's a good time to bring it back. Ace of Swords. Okay, there's a lot of breakthrough and clear energy coming in here for me, and that's really interesting. The world. Cancer, hello. You are just getting some fun energy here. I really love this. And Queen of Pentacles. There's that inner mother. Here she is. You guys, I love Queen of Pentacles. This energy is genuinely some of my favorite energy. It is so powerful, so nurturing, so empowering. Let's talk through this. Let's talk through this adventure that we have for Cancerian energy today. Okay. It's interesting. We so often think of like the solstices as kind of the big beginning and endings of the years, right? Like they are so like those are like the big dramatic points in the year. But I often find equinoxes are really the beginning and the endings because they really are the shift point, right? And I often find that equinox season is the season where, and like when we're hitting into Libra Aries area, are times when we get some of our best breakthroughs and some of our best understanding of who we are becoming next. And there's almost the sense that this is the new year. September's the new year, not January. And I've been finding that for a lot of signs. For you, it's like we got this swift moving energy happening here with the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Like these energies come in with answers, clarity, movement, play, clarification, very quickly, very decidedly. And I think for a lot of people that is a really nice feeling, right? Like these kind of energies have a lot of movement to them. They're not about just keeping the status quo, doing things slowly, trudging along, keeping the same old routines. You know, these cards come in and they say, let's change the routine. Let's try something new. Let's play. Let's create, especially Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is energy that's like, let's just try it and see what happens. Let's just like throw some paint on the canvas. Let's just like write a sentence. Let's just make the phone call. Let's send the email. Let's go on the walk, whatever. And like, just see what happens. I don't care if it works out. I don't care if it becomes this perfect work of art. Let's just do it. And that is the gift of Knight of Wands. Of course, you know, if we live our entire lives this way where we don't really like deliberately like follow through and keep up, it can cause problems. But I think right now in the world, we are really having a decided lack of Knight of Wands energy because there's been so much focus on like just getting through, being safe, and that's good. That there's so much to be learned from that. However, you're being asked to bring some of this playful, just try it and see what happens energy to the table, and that's really exciting. This is very much about creativity, and I find Cancer energy to be so creative and so like ready to try things and explore. And I think Cancerian energy, when it is in that creative mode, is so much fun. Now you're also being asked to make space because Ace of Swords is a double-edged sword, my friend, literally. And you know, when Ace of Swords comes up, on the one hand, this is about a breakthrough, right? Like this is about getting the phone call you've been waiting for, getting the conversations you've been needing, getting the confirmation and the clarity you've been needing on anything that's maybe been kind of eluding you for a little while. So that's very exciting. But it's also going to ask that if there are boundaries that need to be set, if there are habits that need to leave, if there are timelines in your life that are shifting, that it is now the time to maybe start making that space. So there's movement here, my friends. This is definitely not a doldrum type energy month. This is a month where it's really, it comes back to that, what is home for you though? Because I think, you know, as we change and we grow, we have to redefine what home is as we become more ourselves. And as we mature in our lives and we live longer, and the more we live life, the more we come to understand what home means for us as an individual. Not like what our family taught us home was, not what all the generations before us taught us what home was, not what our culture told us should be home, but like what's truly home for us. And for me, like the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Swords kind of speaks to that. Like, how are you crafting your sense of home, your sense of security in the world? And we of course have the World card, my friends. And once again, this is beginnings and endings. And this is often when this card comes up, it really makes me think of a graduation, you know, because graduations are so exciting. It's so exciting to have completed whatever it is that you've completed, the degree, the class, the experience. It's like, yes, I did it. And it's also like this huge, okay, what will be next? But the world really offers up new beginnings as well. I think the World is such an encouraging card in the sense that, yes, it's about the end of one cycle for sure, but it's like, yeah, it's the end of a cycle. Here's all the stuff that you're going to be doing next. And like everything in this card, in this reading, Cancers, this is so exciting for me, is very much about visionary energy. And I'm swatting flies away because they are alive and well at the end of summer here. This is so much visionary energy. It's like there is something going on here this month with you really stepping into a new chapter of your life. And all the muddled kind of, I don't know, what is this going to be? What is that going to be? Goes away. And there's kind of this simplification I'm getting from these three cards, actually, initially, where it's like, it's not about being everything. It's not about taking on every task, every project, every creative venture, every possible version of yourself. It's like kind of getting clarity on what really matters to you, and that clarifying, solidifying, coming together and giving you that green light to just build that home in yourself, build that creativity outside of yourself, express yourself. Now, Queen of Pentacles is here to kind of tie it all together. And quite honestly, the thing with these first three cards is they are very movement oriented. These are very free flowing energies. They kind of float out into the world and just go crazy. Like very busy, very action oriented, very movement oriented. And Queen of Pentacles, this is very helpful actually, because we don't want to get it twisted here that September needs to be a month of constant action for you, constant pushing, hustling, no, I have no interest in this whole like hustle, let's be everything. So boring, so done. We're all over it. No. Queen of Pentacles brings us back to the ritual of self-mothering. And there's this quiet warmth and peacefulness to Queen of Pentacles. To me, she reminds me of the comfort of like a home that smells really homey, and wrapping up in a blanket and doing a 20-minute meditation, feeling just so safe, so cared for, knowing that there's something bigger that's holding us. And just practicing into that feeling over and over again. And the Queen of Pentacles, for me, it's like, it's this Pentacles energy, right? So this is about like doing well in the physical world, being able to be in this physical world in a way that works for us. And the way that she teaches that is sustainability is going to be in finding those moments of peace and comfort, finding those moments of groundedness, and focusing in on what really matters to us and not spreading ourselves too thin. So while we do have extremely expansive energy for Cancer this month, it's a reminder that this is not about being everything to everybody. This is not about shattering yourself into a million pieces and trying to do every creative project, every job, every role. This is going to be a month of clarity where it also helps you realize like what it is that's really mattering to you and letting yourself do that. There's so much guilt and shame in the world, and conscientious, empathic people like my Cancer family will find that, and not everybody, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but a lot of people with those skill sets of being empathic, being caring, being nurturing, being very capable, guilt and shame will come along and tell you need to be there for everybody, and that you're not doing enough, and that, that you have to look out for everything. And there's a flaw in that logic, because if we really try to do all of that, we'll never do anything really with intent and with energy and with brightness, right? We'll just it'll be these little bits here and there. And I think it's so important to remember that it's okay to really connect with the path that is meant for us, and that it's okay to choose what's really working for us. We don't have to do it all. And in doing that, actually, in letting go of trying to hold all the reins from all the different vehicles around us, we're actually liberated to take meaningful action. Clarity comes much easier. Action comes much easier. Commitment comes much easier. All those beautiful things come so much easier. And I think sometimes we're scared to let ourselves have that peace initially because we worry we're not going to do enough. And I think this month is just showing me that you're going to be shown the way quite clearly. you're going to be shown, and you're going to know, and you probably already know, sitting here watching this, you probably already know where it is that your heart is pulling you, and where it is that this world energy, this Ace of Swords energy, this new beginning energy is pulling you. You probably already know what it is. And it's okay to let your heart go there. It's okay to want to create that. It's okay to want to be in a life that is peaceful and in alignment with you. It's okay to choose that. And it's okay to get excited about the beauty ahead. Even if you have gone through a lot of grief and stress the last year and a half or in this last season of life, it's okay as well to be excited about what's possible next. You don't need to feel bad for that, even when it has been a complex time. So I just want to encourage that for you all. I'm going to be offering a lot of extra support over on my Patreon. It's really a great way for all of us to support each other here, and I love that community. I'd love to see you here as well. Let me know what kind of visions and new beginnings are coming up for you in this season of life. I'd love to hear what Cancer energy is going through right now. And you can find me on my Instagram and my website, so I'd love to see you at any of those places. I love you, Cancer family. You are my heart, and I am just wishing so many beautiful, exciting things with this energy. It was so great to see such supportive energy for my Cancer family. I'll talk to you in October for more fun ahead. I love you.